Meetings number 3. That's what matters. Hello, Mr. T.
Did I sound convincing?
So,
Let's play poker sometime.
didn't have time. Well, no. Spent too much time on unnecessary things. So, is my doppelganger crazy about the leaves up there at the pathway by the cemetery, or do they just keep falling? And well, I copied you and Steve a couple times. He came back from a holiday in December, and it appeared to him that. So he's right at the, he's on Grant Lane, right at the end of Jefferson, and there's, yes, that's why I call him my doppelganger. But the pathway that runs along the cemetery, he believes hasn't been cleared from several weeks ago when it was clogged, and it might be that just more leaves have fallen. But the last thing I sent to both you guys was pictures that he sent to me of the scene. Did you get the stuff that John Dunbar sent about the? Something happened then. Well, he just came back from being gone for a couple weeks, and the drain close to his house leaves had either still clogged it or clogged it again. And he said he had seen an improvement at the end of that pathway right on Yountville Road, but that further down the path, maybe not.
It's entirely possible that certain leaves continue. I mean, I've got 2 trees that have
Is that on Yountville Road? You mean that part? Yeah.
Not right now. Not right away. I'll move it back once I get ready.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if he just has an unreasonable expectation of leaf-free. Okay. Thank you. I don't know what happened to that email then.
either.
Okay.
That doesn't.
Maybe the photos were too big and it didn't go through, or yeah, I don't know.
Usually you get it.
Okay.
That doesn't.
Hey, at some point, you know what? They're too late. Maybe not too late yet, but at some point they are.
Well, what I would say, they're too late for your staff to include in a distribution to you all if they're coming in at this time of day.
So my last distribution to staff is 4 o'clock. 2 p.m. distribution and a 4 p.m. distribution. Whenever I receive.
I mean, if we have time to print it out and add it, we have 2. John Lease and Scott Owens. 451 and 459.
So if we have time between 5:45 and 6, we can do that. How's that sound?
Let me see if you're copied,
Okay.
so you can get access to them without us. You and Steve are both copied on those 2.
I don't
That
think
looks
so.
adulterated.
Well, no, it just looks like a fizz bomb, as we would
Okay.
call that.
Might be just what I need.
We're not going live, are we, Michelle? We are? Okay. So, James is ready. Okay. But we're going to save the Pledge of Allegiance, I guess, till the general regular meeting. Good evening and welcome everyone to the night of Yountville Town Council meetings. We are going to start tonight with the Yountville Housing Authority, so I'll go ahead and call that meeting to order and ask for roll call, please.
Councilmember Durham Becker.
Here.
Councilmember Durham.
Here.
Councilmember Mueller.
Here.
Vice Mayor Dorman. Mayor Dunbar.
Here. Thank you. Is there a motion to adopt the agenda for the Housing Authority?
So moved. Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That passes unanimously. Election of officers.
Thank you, Mayor. This is the annual appointment of officers to the Housing Authority, and the mayor of the council is the chair, and the vice mayor is the vice chair, and then the secretary, executive director is the town manager, and we ask that you make those appointments.
Thank you. Is there a motion to that effect?
So
So,
moved.
second?
So Councilmember Moeller moved, seconded by Councilmember Dornbecker. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's unanimous. Approval of the minutes from the January 15th Housing Authority meeting. Are there any questions or is there action?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, that's unanimous. Thank you. Any public comment on this Housing Authority meeting? No? Thank you. Hello. Are you here early to get a good seat?
I was thinking this was involved with the Affordable Housing Committee, but I'll learn something anyway.
I'm not sure, but we hope so.
And he didn't mean that in that way it sounded.
Yes. So with no interested public comment on this item at this time, we will move ahead to consent calendar. We have none. Presentation. This is when you're going to learn something. Our Housing Authority presentation. We will welcome back Ms. Clark.
Get you.
We just had you here a couple weeks ago.
I know.
Yep, it's on.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Okay, I think I have a report here to share with you. So there we go. No,
There it is.
there we go. So I'm
If you need a hand.
arrowing.
Yes. If it's not,
Okay.
you get it?
Sorry. Thank you. Had to. Seems like every remote is different.
Different.
Even with our remotes for our computers, like our home remotes. Anyway, yes. Hi, thank you for having me here this evening. Yes, I came to give my annual report on our housing services activities that we do for the town. And we contract, the town contracts with the Housing Authority annually to provide a number of housing services. And some of those are countywide activities that we do, and some of them are more specific to your town. And I thought I'd just go over those with you this evening. Within the countywide activities that the Housing Authority performs, it is one of our major programs is our Section 8 Rental Assistance Program. And this is operated countywide. And we currently have a budget of $11.4 million for that program, and about 1,105 vouchers that we issue, and those can be used anywhere in the county. Currently, 17 of those vouchers are being used to rent a market rate unit here in the town of Yountville. And 2 of those households have received some assistance under a special program that we received for non-elderly disabled persons. So either the head of the household is disabled or somebody within the household is disabled. And we currently have about 9 people on the waiting list that are tell us that their address is in Yountville. And again, these vouchers that we issue can be used anywhere within the county. And part of that program is they meet annually with their housing technician at the Housing Authority, review income and program eligibility. We send an inspector in annually to inspect the unit to make sure that the landlord is caring for the unit, and also that the tenant is also caring for the unit, keeping the unit neat and tidy. So they touch us. They get touched about 2 to 3 times a year, and to making sure that they're working within the program regulations. Another area is in our in the homeless services that is provided countywide. So my housing manager and myself represent the town of Yountville at the monthly Continuum of Care work group meetings. And we, as a group, apply for funds to help with rental assistance and case management to the homeless in our county. And last year, we received from HUD $768,555, right down to the penny. And then this year, we're expecting that we're going to get about a 5.4% increase, and we're anticipating HUD will give us those contract renewals any minute now. And I think that's it. Oh, I wanted to tell you that there will be a point-in-time count, January 30th. Our homeless, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. The police officers that within the Napa County that work with the homeless and are going to do a point-in-time count on the evening of January 30th, and they will go throughout the county and count any homeless that they observe, and then those counts then are sent to HUD, and that's how we then can demonstrate if our programs are working, and then HUD bases their funding to us on those homeless count. And this is a national-wide count, so we are mandated by HUD to do this each year. So in the area of the standard housing services, that is one of the major areas of the contract that we work, that we do work in, and that is to monitor your regulatory, your affordable housing units, either for your for sale units and or your rental units that you have. So each year we send out a on the for sale units, we send a notice to the homeowners and have them self-certify that they're living in the units. We verify that they are paying their property taxes, and we verify that they have homeowners insurance. And in the rental side of the program, then we contact the property managers or the landlords and review their tenant records to make sure that the rents are affordable and according to your regulatory agreement, and the income of the tenants are within the terms of the regulatory agreement. And so far this year, we've had everybody respond, and we're feeling really good that everybody's within their agreements. In the loan servicing area, that what we're doing there is our work with your grants, your home grant and your Cal Home grant that you've previously had. We've marketed the program. We've actually have completed 3 homeowner repair projects this year, and then also within that loan servicing, then we are required then to confirm homeowner occupancy with that too, and making sure they have insurance coverage, taxes are paid. If it's a mobile home, we make sure that their HCD certificate, their annual certificate, is paid current. And we've done outreach in the mobile home parks. We've done some mailings to the below market rate for sale units, trying to market the program. And so we've just been doing a lot of work in that area this year. The status of the grants, we've been talking about, when I came 2 weeks ago, we were talking about applying for the new home grant. So the 2014 grant, it did expire in November of 2017, so a little over 2 years ago. This past year, you did receive a $16,000 repayment. We've already spent that money. You get to keep that money, and then it goes into like a revolving loan fund. So those funds that have come in, we were able to already expend it and help another homeowner. And we are still waiting to hear about the 2018 grant. And we've been doing a lot of background work in it to try to meet some of the contract conditions prior to that contract actually coming to the town. So there's some environmental work that we need to do, and also setting up of loan documents and other contract conditions. So as soon as the grant contract comes, we'll be ready to hit the ground and start spending that money for you. With regards to the 2014 Cal Home grant, that expired in March of 2018, and we spent all of those funds, And there was a loan repayment on that grant this year also, which we've already spent. And so again, those funds come back to the town, and we're just trying to keep the program going as much as we possibly can. In the areas of additional service, in the housing staff, we are, on behalf of the town, we do the reporting to the state for you with regards to the 2 grants. There's quarterly and annual reporting that we must do. And then also that's part of that monitoring and making sure that the recipients of those loans are staying home owner occupied. And you know, we've been maintaining the financial records, and we keep the loan files up to date, and making sure that all of the loan documents are signed and accurate. And then last year I applied on behalf of the town as CDBG grant, and unfortunately that grant was very, very competitive. They were oversubscribed, and the town just missed the cut by just a few points, so we're real disappointed in that one. And then I just finished the home grant application, put that in the FedEx yesterday, and so we're very hopeful that you'll get funded under that grant. And so I believe that completes my report. I know we've been very busy this year, but it feels like we've done a lot of work, and I can answer any questions you might have for me.
Thank you. And when you're doing good work like this, it's okay to be that busy.
Okay.
Really.
Thank you.
Questions from the council?
Andrea, excuse me, thank you.
Yes.
Andrea, did you cover the one that you told me we had just gotten? I'm sorry, I might have.
No, I did not. This Community Development Block Grant, the state tells us that they're going to issue that NOFA any day. They told us that on Tuesday, so last week. So it's any day. We're going to review it to see if there's anything perhaps the town might want to apply for that. You know, and I would recommend that you at least apply for for the rehab program, because you just never know if your other grants are going to get funded, and you just want to keep applying for anything that they issue, and let the state know that you're interested in funding. Yes. And then there's, you know, there's always project money, but then those project funds, you really have to have a project in mind and be ready to go when you want to apply for project funds. So there may be some planning grants that the town could receive to help plan for some projects. We just have to review that NOFA to see if there's anything that you might want to apply for.
I've got a question about the loan repayments.
Yes.
What are the circumstances where that's happening? We had 16,000 in the one and 8,000 in the other. Just to describe, how is it that we're getting repaid those amounts and not other amounts?
Okay. So under the regulations of the program, each of the loans that are issued are 30-year or 20-year deferred payment loans. So the homeowner is not required to make a payment on those loans. So the repayment either comes as a where they have sold the unit, and or if they refinance and you get repaid, or if just out of the kindness of their heart they want to repay the loan early. So the 3 loan payments that the town did receive, all came out of the units being resold.
And that's probably standard? I mean, would that be the most often scenario, that they're
Yes.
sold after the term and that
Yes.
automatically happens?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So the town puts a lien on either the mobile home and or the single family unit, puts a lien on the unit, so that when a resale is going to happen, then the town is notified that that a sale is about to occur, and then asks for a loan payoff. So usually those are done through the local escrow or title companies.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions? Terry, any question from you as the public comment now? Okay. Okay. Well, thank you very much. Welcome
You're
back.
very welcome. Thank you.
And I believe that takes care of the business of the Yountville Housing Authority. So we don't need formal action, do we, Eddie, Michelle? We are going to adjourn from the Yountville Housing Authority. Our next agenda